Have you ever seen a coworker ignore warnings until it destroyed their job? I've been in computer security for a long time, and there's one rule that's drilled into your head from day one. Always lock your computer when you step away. Doesn't matter if you're an intern, an accountant, or a high-level engineer. If you're in this field, leaving your machine unlocked is like leaving your house with the front door wide open. About 10 years ago, my team had a fun little way of reminding people about this rule. Instead of tattling to security or sending someone straight into retraining, we had a game. If you left your computer unlocked, anyone could jump on, fire off a silly chat or email, and hit send. Nothing cruel or harmful, just something goofy like, does anyone know the meaning of life? Or, I believe coffee is a food group. The idea was to make the person laugh, feel a little embarrassed, and remember to lock their computer next time. It kept things light while still driving the point home. Everyone knew the rules and everyone played along. Then one day, we got a new hire. Let's call him Dave. At first, he seemed like your typical newbie, polite enough, a little nervous, just trying to fit in. But it didn't take long before we noticed a problem. Dave had zero interest in following the lock your computer policy. I introduced myself, explained the rule, and even sent him the official company documentation so he couldn't claim he didn't know. He just smirked and said, "That's stupid," followed by a dismissive, "Whatever." That became his routine. He'd stand up, walk away, and leave his screen wide open, sometimes even making a show of it like he was daring someone to touch it. He ignored multiple warnings from me, from teammates, even from people outside our department. It wasn't just careless, it was arrogant. And when you're working under the security umbrella, arrogance about basic policy is a red flag. So one afternoon, I saw him heading toward the elevator lobby, which meant he'd be gone a while. I slipped into his chair, typed up a silly little email to his team's distribution list, and sent it. Just as I stood up, he came back and caught me. He glared and demanded to know what I'd done. I shrugged, said, "Whatever," and walked away. Later that day, his manager came over looking sheepish. Apparently Dave had complained he didn't want to play that game and was considering reporting me to security for impersonating him. His manager and I had a good relationship, so I just nodded and said, "Okay, no problem. We won't play anymore." Instead, I made an announcement on our team chat and even let a few other teams know. From that point forward, nobody was to send funny messages from Dave's computer. If anyone found it unlocked, they were to follow official procedure and log a security violation ticket. No exceptions. The results were immediate. Dave's desk happened to be right near the break room and the elevator, so people passed by constantly. Within 2 days, almost 50 tickets had been filed against him. I personally only logged 2, but everyone else joined in. After all, if you don't report violations, you're liable. The following Monday, Dave was in mandatory security retraining. From my seat in the open office, I could see him talking to his manager, gesturing angrily in my direction over and over. His manager even asked me later if I could ease up. I just shrugged again and said, "Sorry, I'm following procedure. If I ignore violations, it's on me." That Monday, Dave's computer stayed locked, but by Tuesday, old habits came back. I walked past his desk and saw his email wide open again while he was off grabbing coffee. I ran into him on my way there and casually said, "Hey, noticed your computer's unlocked again." He cursed me out and sprinted back. Unfortunately for him, the damage was already done. At least a dozen people had already reported it. And here's where timing really worked against him. The company had recently updated its policy. Before, it used to be retraining, then a write-up, then disciplinary action, but now it was retraining once, and if you slipped again, you went straight to disciplinary. Dave ended up in a meeting with his boss, the department director, and the security team. He was put on a performance improvement plan specifically for security violations. Within a week, he was gone. Look, none of us set out to wreck the guy's career, but if you work in computer security and you flat out refuse to follow the most basic security rule, you don't belong there. We tried to warn him. We even tried to keep it lighthearted, but he didn't want to play, so the policy played for him.